It is not about the economy. It is about your economy.
Yeah.
So let's dive in. Philip via email writes, my wife and I know we're likely going to have to help take care of her parents during their retirement. What's the best investment vehicle for us to have some or total control of to help fund those types of expenses? Philip, thanks for the email. A little bit of clarity probably needed in what he is talking about there when he talks about investment vehicle and to have some control for the parents. I think the first piece here is if they are your funds and they are in your account, then they are under your control.
Right.
And if they're in the parent's name in their account, they're under their control. And right now, there's not a whole lot that you can do about that. If they do belong to your parents, the question we'd have to ask now, because we don't know the answer, are they capable, Janet, of managing their own accounts now or in the future? Because I'm not sure if that's what he's getting at with this question. If he's wanting control of the decisions about the funds and what to do with
them. Is it that they may not be able to make those decisions anymore at a certain point in the future, or are you going to have to help them financially because they haven't saved, and invested to get to that point? So there's several areas, and we'll just assume that everybody needs to know these answers regardless of what Philip's details were. So we'll go in several different directions here. One of the things, Philip, that we would encourage you to discuss with your wife's parents is a power of attorney. And let me be clear, we are not attorneys. We're not giving financial advice. I think that you need to seek the advice of an attorney to kind of walk down this road, but we see this enough that we can explain, just the basic premise and what you need to seek further counsel about. So a power of attorney can be written one of two ways. They're springing or non-springing. And what that means is if a power of attorney is written as a springing document, then it usually requires two doctors to sign off on it, saying that the person who's granting this power of attorney is now no longer able to act on their own behalf, physically, mentally, whatever the case may be. They are not capable of doing what needs to be done for themselves. And so the doctors signing off on this, their authorization springs that power of attorney into effect. My husband and I have a non-springing power of attorney. I will tell you that is not in everybody's best interest. Literally today, if Stephen wanted to, he could sell my shares of GenWealth. That is a deep and significant amount of trust to put in another person. And so you want to be very careful about how that's done if you're the person who is granting that power of attorney, because they can sell your house out from under you, the whole kit and caboodle. So just be sure that you, if you're on the parent side of this equation, that you know what you're doing in that. But that can establish you as decision makers. Philip, you and your wife, if you are given power of attorney, that can establish you as decision makers on the financial aspect of things. Do keep in mind that healthcare is different. That's a different power of attorney than what we're talking about currently.
Now, he asked about the best investment vehicle. I think before we talk investments, we need to talk about income planning, because I think it would be very important for Philip to maybe think about creating two separate income plans, one for him and his wife, and then one for his parents. And then how that actually gets implemented would obviously be a process. But at least knowing, walking through the process with a financial advisor on how much money your parents are going to need on a monthly basis and how much you're going to need when you get to retirement on a monthly basis. And then is there discretionary income that can be layered in on both of those plans, could be very helpful to understand if you have enough assets collectively to be able to take care of both your parents and you and your wife. So that is important. But I think when it comes to the investment vehicle question, there are certainly lots of investment vehicles out there available that can help provide that income. Annuities are a great tool or investment product that some offer a lifetime income rider on. So depending on whose life the annuity is, or who the annuitant is in the annuity, there would be a lifetime income attached, possibly for one of your parents, and it could be a joint income rider as well. So in essence, you could allocate a certain amount of money into an annuity that would provide a certain amount of monthly income guaranteed for both of your parents' lives. That could be a potential help. Some of these annuities also offer nursing home riders. So if you're talking about the high cost of potential long-term care cost, that could be a possibility too, that they allow you to withdraw more funds from the annuity contract if someone needs care. So that's a way to access more income. And certainly we should say the usual annuity disclaimer, they are complex investment products, and this is not an investment recommendation for you, Philip. But there are investment vehicles out there, Janet, that can help provide a lifetime income that can provide peace of mind so that you're not going to run out of income for your parents.
Absolutely. And another product resolution to potentially consider is long-term care coverage.
Yep.
Philip, I don't know how old your parents, or your in-laws rather, I don't know how old they are or what their health situation might be. So it may or may not even be an option for them, but it's definitely something that you just kind of want to check the box on. We have considered it and we've made an intentional decision to either pursue it or not to pursue it. And you might also want to consider this for yourself, depending on what your age and health situation is as well, so that you can check that box for future generations. But a long-term care policy, Scott, I think a lot of times people just automatically assume that they're going to a nursing home. If they've got a long-term care policy, that's what it's for. But really, there was a shift quite some time ago in how long-term care policies were built, so that it's not just a nursing home deal. Like, really, many of them are built to enable you to stay at home and be as independent as possible for as long as possible. So if that's something that might still be a fit for your in-laws to consider, then certainly put that on your list of things to just check the box on that and make sure if you need it that you have gone down that path.